Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be back with all of you. Well, I'm sitting here today looking at my newest artwork. So many of you have been writing to me and saying how excited you are to have these weekly offerings of free artwork from me. And if you haven't been here and haven't seen it and don't know what I'm talking about, this is my newest artwork. It's a drawing that I created, and it's called Orange Entanglements. And if you like modern art and would like to get a copy of this, you can now get a free copy of this at my website. Go to PsychicBob.com. Let me put it over here so you can see it. PsychicBob.com and get your free copy. There's information there how to download it and save it and print it. So if you want an original Psychic Bob lithograph print job, go to my website, PsychicBob.com. This will only be on my website until this upcoming Saturday or Sunday. I only keep it up for a week. On Sunday, a new one will go up. I don't know what time it'll go up, but Saturday really is the last full day. So don't wait till Sunday because it might be gone. So if you want to get a free copy of this Orange Entanglements, my latest artwork, visit my website. I am so glad you're here. Well, guys, thank you so much for all that wonderful support about my work. Well, today it's Tuesday, and you know what that means? It's time for messages from the spirit world. That's right. Now, this is something we do every week. We gather, and I do little mini psychic readings for people. And to be on messages from the spirit world, absolutely free, no charge. Okay, a lot of people say, Psychic Bob, how much to get a letter read? No charge. This is my gift to all of you. It's like my community service, I guess I'd call it. All you need to do is put your question in the box, in the, the comments section below this video. Or you can write to me in my email, which is PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. That link will also be below. Now, for those of you who are asking, some of you have written and said, well, Psychic Bob, I want more than you can do in that video. I have like 10 questions. I can't just do one. Well, for those of you who want a little more or need something more urgently, you might want to consider buying a private reading with me. A private reading is where it's a private session of you and me, one-on-one for a full hour, and we'll cover everything, past, present, future, spirit guides, messages from deceased loved ones, all of that. We look at your life themes, your past lives, your karmic links, what your life mission is, all of that, and I answer all your questions. And so, you know, if you've been thinking, gee, I'd love to spend an hour and pick Psychic Bob's brain about my problem, give me a call. 703, here's my phone number, 703-825-3929. Again, Bob Hickman, 703-825-3929. In case you missed that, it will also be in the info box below this video. So reach out to me. I'd love to read for all of you. You can read more about my private sessions at my website, PsychicBob.com. The links to my website will also be below. Well, let's jump into our letters. Now, you know, I have to be honest with you, especially for new people who don't know how we work here. I get hundreds of letters a week. So I have to be honest, I can't right now always sit and answer every single person's letter. But I always say this, listen to everybody's letter, because you never know when spirit might work through somebody else's letter to reach you and to help you. People have written me so many times and said, Psychic Bob, you were reading for John in Los Angeles. And I know that that message was for me. Could it actually be for me? Because I swear the circumstances are so similar. And the answer is absolutely yes. The spirit world wants to reach as many people as they can. Now, they know that, you know, I'm limited. I'm one person. And, you know, but if they brought us together and you're watching and you're attuned, they can work through me. And a lot of times I don't even know it. It's like I'm just the channel and it goes out. So, yes, messages that may not have your name on them could still be for you. So listen every week to every letter, okay? I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for your understanding and patience. Well, before we do all the letters, let's just take a moment Let's close our eyes and just visualize light filling our body from the top of our head all the way to our feet. So let us attune now to the spirit world. Okay. Oh, I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He's all wound up. Says hello to all of you. Well, let's jump right in here. Okay, our first letter today is from Sugar, 1973 US. Hello, Sugar. Sugar writes this. Hi, Psychic Bob. I long for romance and a loving relationship. But why am I so shy about even trying to look a guy in the eyes and smile? Where did this shy behavior originate? Thank you. Hi, Sugar. You know, shyness is actually a sign of honesty and a pure soul. I know that feels debilitating right now, but it actually means that inside of your soul, you have such a light that you just don't even know how to share it with others. I feel that around you, you have kind of two different issues going on. One of it, the issues, is a past life issue. You had a former life. It looks like it was in the Victorian times. And I have to tell you, in the Victorian times, a lot of women were oppressed. They were kind of controlled by men. You were a bit of a radical in that lifetime. You went out, you told men how it was. You actually had moved to the West, out to San Francisco. This is around 1880s, 1890s. And you actually were a very independent woman. Now, what happened in that life is that, unfortunately, you didn't get married because men were a little intimidated by you. Now, that doesn't mean you didn't have some, what's the word I would say, paramours, or the modern word lovers. You definitely, had your way. Whatever you wanted, you had. But people in society at that time thought you were just crazy. Now, that's no reflection on you in this life, okay? Because your ultimate soul energy is so good. But you entered into that lifetime with the idea that you were going to just make a mark on the world and you didn't care who you stepped on. From a soul level, you ended up in that life manifesting a rejection theme. Okay, rejection theme is where you go through life and you're never really accepted. And sometimes people choose that theme to test their resolve to do something. And I feel that in your case, you had a rejection theme in that lifetime. Now, you don't have a rejection theme in this lifetime, but you're still remembering the feeling of social ostracization. That's your past life stuff. Now, in terms of the current life, I do think that you have a tiny little bit of anxiety. I don't think it's overwhelming anxiety. I think it's a very low-level anxiety, but I do pick up an anxiety issue. You may want to talk to your doctor because you may need just a mild, and again, see your doctor, you may need a mild anti-anxiety medicine. And when I say mild, I really mean be very careful because I don't think you need like a next 10 years of anxiety medicine. I think maybe a short-term anti-anxiety medicine will help you balance some of that energy and bring you out of yourself. Because you know what? I love your energy. When I read people's letters, I pick up their vibration and I'm holding your letter. I can feel your energy. You're a great person. You have a lot to offer. And I do see you moving into a place of greater balance. I feel that by September, you're going to start to feel more balanced emotionally, providing that you do explore some of this anxiety issue. Now, if you don't want to go on medicines, you might want to explore even working with a therapist for anxiety issues. There are multiple ways to deal with anxiety. One is medical, medicine oriented. One is behavioral. And you might want to explore both because I feel like that this anxiety also is not just holding you back in relationships, it's holding you back in some other areas. And I feel like by the fall, by September, October, I feel that you're in a much stronger place and ready to move forward. And I have to tell you, in terms of a relationship, by December of this year, I see you actually entering into a relationship. So, anyways, I hope that gives you a little insight. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. My next letter is from California Dreamer. Hello, California Dreamer. They write, said, Bob, I just love messages from the spirit world. So informative. Thank you for all you do. California Dreamer, thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm so glad you're here. You know, I love this. I say it every week, but this is a labor of love. And I get excited about doing readings for all of you each week. California Dreamer writes, are there any messages for me in regards to employment? Hi, California Dreamer. Yes. August. Fletcher says mid-August is the turning point. It looks like some opportunities are coming to you then. I keep getting work that has a very creative aspect to it. So I think you want to think in terms of something where you're allowed greater expression of creativity. For example, it could be like, for example, artistic work or even designing stuff. I get a connection that has a retail element, almost like being a store designer or a window dresser where you're designing displays. I think you have a lot of creativity, and I feel like you want to work on work that allows you to use your artistic edge, okay? So anyways, yeah, August, mid-August is where it happens. And as I said, I want you to focus on creative jobs, photography, advertising, window dressing, store displays, modeling, fashion design, all of that. That's where your creativity is, okay? Anyways, hope that helps. Blessings to you. Let me know how it goes. All right, my next letter is from Joshua Baldomero. I love that name. Hi, Joshua. Good to see you. Joshua writes, hello, Psychic Bob. I've been having troubles recently in my relationship. We don't get to see each other because of his work and our distance. Will our relationship work out? What can I do to ease my burden because it's been very heavy and I want things to change? Thank you so much, Joshua. Joshua, first of all, I want to tell you, I'm so sorry you are going through this struggle now. You know, long distance relationships are hard. They take a lot of work. I have to be honest with you. I feel at this point you're the one putting in the work to the relationship, and that has me a little concerned. I feel like your partner right now, he's feeling overwhelmed. He is feeling like he just can't get himself focused. And I'll tell you, one of the things that you want to work on with him is helping him find a job closer to you. I'll tell you, aside from your relationship, I just feel he's in a bad situation. Now, when I go into his energy, what I pick up is that he's feeling overwhelmed, he's feeling stressed, but he also has a little bit of a, misperception. He thinks that he's really going to move ahead in this job, and I got to tell you, I don't think it's very stable for him going forward. If he stays in it, I feel that after the new year, there could come up an issue around a layoff. So I think he'll be out of that job by that time. But I don't want you to have to wait that long because I think it's wearing thin on both of you. And so I want you to propose to him the concept that he could have an exciting career and physically be closer to you. I don't think it's an issue that he doesn't love you or he's trying to avoid you, though it might feel like that. That's not really where the problem is. The issue is that he thinks he has to hold on to that job to have success. And I'm telling you, his success is not connected to that job. So I want you to help him consider that he could have a job closer to you and not have to be commuting and traveling and really have a more quality of life. Right now, he's thinking in terms of money, dollars, dollars, dollars. I want him to think in terms of happiness, of satisfaction, of life goals. You know, in our horoscopes yesterday, we had 2 days, I think it's Thursday and Friday this week, are love days, where you can work on relationship goals. So I want you to try this Thursday and this Friday to sit down and have a heart-to-heart and talk to him about life goals, relationship goals, life goals, and how quality of life is more important than a big paycheck, you know. And so I think this is going to help him to kind of get his life back in balance because he's not in balance right now. Okay. So anyways, I hope that gives you a little insight. I do see him being able to move closer, and I feel that by, September, October, he will be closer to you if he does this. Okay. Physically closer and emotionally closer by September, October. Okay. Now, as I said, if he doesn't take it by the new year, he's going to be out of that job anyway. So he'd be better to be proactive and work with you. All right? Keep me posted. Thanks for writing. I hope that helps. Blessings. All right, my next letter is from Queen Nadine. Hello, Queen Nadine. Queen Nadine writes this, Dear Bob, do you see any career prospects coming my way? Thank you and have a blessed day. Yeah, Queen Nadine, I keep seeing end of July actually. Looks like there's a door that opens for you, and I feel like you're going to have a few interviews. I actually get 2 different job offers coming for you. One of them has a connection, I feel it's of the corporation, like a larger corporation that may have a branch near you. But I keep seeing corporate work around you. It's going to open up doors of connections. And so I feel the end of this month, you're going to have some interviews. And I do feel that you're going to find out by the end of this month that you have a new job. I do see money around this. I want you to be very focused on your salary because I feel that the company you're working with has money behind them and will pay what you want. So don't undercut yourself, okay? It looks like end of July, the career opportunity opens for you. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Alien. Ooh, I love that name. Alien writes, says, Dear Bob, what do you see in the future of qubit computing? Oh, Alien, you must have been reading my mind. I've been doing some research on this because somebody else asked me about this recently. For those of you who don't know, qubit computing is a form of quantum computing. Traditionally in computers, data is read as a series of zeros and ones. 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, okay? This qubit computing, as I understand it, now forgive me if I've got it off a little bit, I'm not a technical person, but it allows the space that would normally hold the 0 or the 1 to hold both. So the space that would be 0 can now be 0 and 1, and the space that is 1 can be 1 and 0, or 1 and 1, or double zeros. So there's a bunch of ways this can be combined. What this means technologically is that computers will be able to process like quantum amount, like twice or 3 or 4 times as more data per second than they are now. What do I see in the future of that? Well, one, I do see it coming into being. I do feel this next year we're going to have major breakthroughs in that area. I believe it's already started, but I'm telling you as a psychic, I see this going into places they haven't even considered yet. So I think the future is there. Alien, if you're looking for investing, and I'm not a stockbroker, talk to your broker, but I'll tell you as a psychic, I would definitely take a serious look at investments in qubit computing. I think that it's really going to change the entire industry and how we relate to computing and the amount of processing, the amount of data. And I think that this qubit computing will open up forms of programming and abilities that we can't even fathom. So the future of qubit computing looks awesome. Okay, so there you go. I'd say study it, follow it, go for it. You know, I'm going to take my own advice. I think I'm going to call my stockbroker and look at some investments in that area. I don't know what the companies are right now. I keep seeing a connection with IBM. I don't know if they're involved in that, but I'll tell you as a psychic, I see them getting their hand in that. If they're not already in it, they'll be in it this year. So meditate on IBM. I also see Apple having some sort of connection with it as well. So those 2 companies keep showing up here. So there's the future. Go for it. Good questions. Thanks for writing. Oh my gosh, guys, I tell you, I don't know where the time goes. I just blink and everything flies. Well, we're coming to the part of our show which I call Spirit Shoutouts. Spirit Shoutouts are not necessarily messages to people who have written letters. These are just people who are subscribers whose stuff pops up for psychically. A lot of times when I'm sorting through the mail or I'm looking at my screen, a name will pop up and a message will come through. So I've got a few messages today for some subscribers. My first spirit shout out goes out to Megan Meechin. Excuse me, I hope I'm saying that. I don't know if it's Meechin or Meechin. Megan Meechin. Listen, Megan, I got to tell you, I've been getting a lot of messages from Lord Krishna, Sri Krishna lately. And this morning, I heard him speak and I had another flash, a vision. It came very quickly. But Krishna brought a message to you. He says, Megan is my daughter, and he offered a beautiful garland of flowers. They were blue lotus flowers. And lotuses usually big. They're a little smaller, but it was a garland of blue lotus flowers for you. Those were given to you in spirit from Lord Krishna. So I had to bring that to you. He said, I offer her this garland of blue lotus flowers. He wants you to know he's your father. He said, I am her guide, her father, her protector, and I am with her. So I was very excited to get that for you and have to deliver it. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you. All right. My next spirit shout out is for Selena Sorensen. Hello, Selena. Listen, I got to tell you, today I saw your name pop up on my screen. And instantly I was in your energy. You've got a lot of blue and purple light around you. You have a very psychic aura, and that means that your psychic gifts, your spiritual gifts, particularly clairvoyance and dreams and spirit communication, all that is opening right now. You do have around you a spirit guy. His name is Ralph. And it's interesting because Ralph's dressed like a 1950s kind of a hipster dude. He's got his hair in the pompadour, and he's wearing a leather jacket. And he's got a motorcycle behind him. He looks a little bit like Marlon Brando. You remember Marlon Brando in the 50s? Well, that's what he looks like. But his name is Ralph. And he said that he's guiding you and opening you to the spirit world. Okay? So hopefully that makes some sense and helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for being here. All right, my next spirit shout out is for Sin 1982. CYN 1982. Hi, Sin. Listen, I got to tell you, I got a message for you this morning. Archangel Raphael, I heard his voice literally speak to me. And he says, please tell Sin she's not alone. I was asked to deliver to you to hang in there. You're not alone. And at the end of July, this month, you will see the balance come back into your life. They asked me to tell you, so please consult with your doctor and do not give in to despair. Remember the name Raphael, R-A-P-H-A-E-L, so that's about Raphael. Archangel is guiding you and wants you to know that you are loved, you are not abandoned, you're not lost. And healing power is even now being put into you. Be gentle with yourself and call upon this angel of great power and healing, and you'll see improvement. Okay? And as he said, work with your doctor. There's some things that are being balanced in the bloodstream, chemical imbalances happen. So work with your doctor and call on this angel. Okay? My heart's with you. Blessings to you. Well, gosh, guys, I tell you, I don't know where the time goes. It's just so crazy how it goes. But I'm so glad you're here. Listen, help me out. Tell YouTube you want to keep Psychic Bob on YouTube. They keep threatening me. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends. Put your question for next week's show in the box below. And tell me what you think about my artwork, Orange Entanglements. Have you got a copy yet? If you haven't, make sure to go over today to my website, PsychicBob.com, and get your free download. You could print it out. I put it in just a little simple frame. I bought this frame, believe it or not, at the dollar store. But it's a lovely little frame. It's a glass on it. and you can have your own copy of my work. Now, as I said, this is limited edition. It will not be available after this week, so get it today. Okay, if you love modern art, or if you have a friend that loves modern art, maybe you're not into modern art. Not everybody likes my work, and that's okay. But if you are, or you know somebody that is, you might want to print this out and frame it. It'll make a wonderful little gift for somebody. So get it today while you can still get it. Orange Entanglements. All right. Go to PsychicBob.com. Well, guys, listen, thanks for being here. I love you. You guys are the best. Also, while you're at my website, don't forget I have a bookstore. Up at the top, you'll see tabs. If you click on my bookstore, you can go to my bookstore. I am a published author. All of these are books that I have written and have had published. Messages from Rose about my work as a psychic with my spirit guide Rose. Ouija Mysteries, the spirit board seances. Psychic Bob's Book of Spells, a little bit magic in there. And Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, about my 20 years of insights as a Wiccan priest. All of this and more available at PsychicBob.com. See the links in the info box below. If you can't remember that and don't know how to get there, there are links to my bookstore below. Anyways, look forward to hearing from you. Hope you'll call me for a private reading. Again, my number is 703-825-3929. Get on my schedule. I love you guys. Sending blessings to all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Wednesday. Ooh, Wiccan Wednesday. We'll have something fun. Just be here. I'll see you then. Blessings to you all. Thanks so much.